A brand new research has arrived in Kingshot, friends. We no longer have just two research options in the game. Normally, we had one academy building and one war academy. We could activate gold troops here, and we used to explain that high spending, low spending, or free to play players found it very difficult to upgrade them.
But now they have added something incredibly brand new.
Well, this part is quite disappointing, friends. Now I will quickly show you the cost of this place and what we get in return. Then I will show you a small site. Afterward, we will dive in. We will examine them all one by one. At the end of the video, I will share some of my own grievances and thoughts about this topic and these new additions. I do not want to discourage anyone from the game. I will have some complaints at the end of the video. So there's that. Now, first of all, if you want to upgrade everything in this new research center to the absolute maximum level, you're going to need 21,549 refined gold, friends, pure gold. You need 625,499 units of refined true gold or pure gold dust. To speed up and finish all the research, you need a total of 14,775 days, friends. And in return, you get an average of 77 million power. The total resources are 8 billion, 8 billion, 1.7 billion, 430 million. The amount of gold required is 172 million, friends. I mean, when I saw these, I was incredibly surprised, and I think it is extremely absurd. I pulled all of this information, guys, from the Kingshot.net website. I would also like to thank the owner of the site very much for the account. They have created a calculator here where you can see how much material you have for each building and what level you are upgrading from and to. You can see the total cost required and what it gives you in return. I will explain it in this video, but when you are going to upgrade yourself, definitely go to this site and do the calculation. Otherwise, your materials will not be enough. So let's say you have completed all the resources I mentioned to you. What does it give us when we max everything out? Let's take a quick look. When we get to the top, friends, it increases the true gold yield from daily quests here by plus 10. Moving one step down, it increases the chance of getting gold from our intel quests and lantern quests up to a maximum of 100%. These are the things it gives us when everything here is at the maximum level. It increases our true gold, meaning our pure gold exchange limit, by 20. With the discount, we can get 20 extra at half the cost. Now let's look at the stats. We can get 180% archer attack when we max out all technologies. We can get 180% archer defense. Archer lethality 180%, archer health 180%. After that, we can get 30% attack for all our troops in general. Actually, since it gives this to infantry, cavalry, and archers in general, you can think of it as 90 stats in total. Again, 30 stats for all troops' health, and since it gives it to all three, you can think of it as 90. Here, it gives us a 40% troop speed boost, troop training speed, just like in the academy. Here, friends, it gives us capacity. When we send troops individually, if you normally send 200,000 troops, you will be able to send 250,000. Here it gives 180% stats each for infantry attack, infantry defense, infantry lethality, and infantry health. Here again, squad deployment capacity increases the deployment limit of all our troop units by 60,000, friends. I misspoke here, I apologize. This is infirmary capacity. You can get 50,000 extra infirmary capacity. Here, while you were sending 200,000 troops, you can now send 260,000, meaning you can deploy 60,000 extra troops. You can also get troop defense here and troop lethality. You can get rally capacity plus 200,000, and here you can get 180% from 4 of the cavalry statistics. You get a 60% increase in troop healing speed, and here it is not troop healing speed but troop training speed you get. Sorry, I misspoke. You can train 150 extra troops Normally, if you can train 1,000 troops from your camp at once, you can train 1,150 troops here, friends. 68% of the friends watching my videos are not subscribed to my channel. Guys, you probably forget while watching. They keep being recommended to you because you watch the videos. If you would like to support me, I would be very happy if you hit the subscribe button. You are loved. Let's continue with the video. When we look at it in general, you saw the cost and what we get in return. Everything we get here is added directly to our battle report as a statistic. It provides an incredibly great power. But is it worth what we will give in return? I mean, against these? And which players will be able to do this? I think the number of players who can upgrade this in the game and afford these costs is really very small. Probably one fully maxed out account per server. Maybe if you gather them in neighboring states, 10 accounts can reach the maximum level. At least that is what I think. There is no end to this anymore, and low investment players will not be able to reach the maximum level, even if they play here for 3 or 5 years. Anyway, I have no complaints about that. Let the game make money, we don't begrudge them anything, but I wish there were things that free to play players or low spending players could develop too. Should players develop this part now, when they haven't even finished the academy? Should they develop the academy? That is why I think this part has become a bit annoying. When we look here, the things I told you are actually all here one by one, friends. When you upgrade it, they unlock one by one, and if you want to max out the War Academy and everything here, you need to bring this building to level 8, friends. It will probably ask for it at certain points too. For example, it says here the War Academy must be gold level 5 to be able to level up. Here is a 100% extra chance to get gold. It goes down like this. They placed infantry on the left, cavalry in the middle, and archers on the far right. Here you have infantry defense, infantry attack, lethality, and health. Then you move over here, troop deployment capacity. This is the place I mentioned to you. It increases it by 10,000. You move on to here. Afterwards, again, infantry, cavalry, well, 4 stats. You get 30 stats from each one. This goes on downwards forever, friends. They added some capacity in between. You come here, they added mobilization capacity for more stats again. You come here, mobilization capacity again. This time they drop it to 2. You press 2, 2. You press 2, then 2 again. Around here, you get unit health, unit lethality, then cavalry attack and defense, followed by lethality and health. You go all the way down like this, and at the very bottom, perhaps thinking it was too easy, they increased it to 100. When you set it to 100, the only thing you get is an additional 40,000 deployment capacity for your units. Okay, it is not bad, but the cost for level 100 is very high. Look, just to upgrade this one level, it currently requires 20 of these and 500 pieces of pure gold dust. For one level of speed up, friends, it asks for 8 days, and as you can see, it consists of 100 levels. You can check the amount of resources or gold it requires. So, as I said, I think this part has started to become very annoying. Well, I don't know how players will react to this in the coming days or what the game will do, but if they introduce something like this, I don't think they will make any changes. So, how much does this affect us? At the end of the day, a low investment player won't be able to max these out anyway. Our opponents in the game are never the high investment rally leaders we call whales. But if we are playing this game, we want to do something. Okay. A low investment player shouldn't go and beat a rally leader because the people we call rally leaders invest millions of dollars into this game. You see it in the videos. But at least let us be a little bit part of the competition. We should be able to compete at our own investment level or with people who invest a bit more than us. There are already so many materials we can upgrade in the game. Hero gear, beast charms, beast gear, the island masters pets, our regular academy, our war academy, all of this is here. And now on top of that, this has arrived. I mean, which one should we upgrade? Should we go and unlock the new gold archer on our account now? Should we lower its cost? Should we upgrade the academy to get the stats? Or should we max this part out?
We are bound to run into trouble somewhere. We will start having problems with something. And especially all the new events they bring to the game are pay to win events. For example, a dice rolling event is coming to the game tomorrow night. They say they collaborated with White as Survivor. What kind of collaboration did you do? You are just bringing two events to both games at the same time. This is not your first collaboration anyway. Almost all special events so far have come to both games at the same time. I log in at 3 in the morning at the reset time and pull in Whiteout first. Then I go back and pull in Kingshot. There is no difference at all.
Honestly, I do not think there is any collaboration at all. The same game company already has three games like this, and now a new game called Lord Rush has been released. Everything is exactly the same. The strange part is that this feature is not in White as Survivor. They added it here too, or while I was checking the Chief Gear and Wild Charms here on the live stream tonight, well, even though White as Survivor is a much older game, there are much higher levels here and the costs here are much higher.
I do not know exactly what they are trying to do, but let us say we wait a year. They bring in the game's first year event, second year event, or a New Year's event.
They only sell packs during the event. If you are lucky, maybe with the 3 or 5 dice you get, you might accidentally win the grand prize, and we can go to the shop and get 3 or 5 mithril. Even in what they call a special event, we have started to get nothing for free. I do not know how long the game will keep this sustainable or how long this will continue. As I said, my intention is not to badmouth you. I'm saying this to the game company, nor is it to discourage the players who play this game. But since I am a streamer who creates this content, having made videos of it almost since the first day of the game, and for 3 years I have been making White as Survivor videos, at some point someone needs to criticize this and finally take a stand, because this is not something that can be sustained. I mean, to be able to obtain this, millions need to be invested in the game. Players are already investing. We saw it recently. A friend of ours invested $1 million in 20 days. There are many other players like him, but I think things are starting to lose their appeal. A system could be introduced where low investment players can enter the game, improve over time, and show their skills, at least an arena, a league ranking system where everyone is equal and free to play, or new events with plenty of rewards. These are at least my thoughts, friends. You can also write your thoughts or ideas in the comments. I do not want to talk about this anymore and get annoyed. By the way, I got all this data from the site I am showing you right now. This site, Kingshot. Let me show you. I will add the link to the description as well, friends. Kingshot.net. I am 90% sure that the data is accurate. I hope there are no issues, but if there were any errors, my friend would have warned me. If there are any changes, I will definitely make a correction video about it. I wish everyone plenty of new academy upgrades. Take care of yourselves. See you in the new video. Stay safe.